What do you see? And how that relates to judgment in today's episode. Hello and welcome to the Daily Think Share. My name is Zach. I'm here to bring to you what I've been thinking about, sharing about, talking about, listening to that I don't have time to teach in math class. If you're new to the channel, I invite you to subscribe. So the other day I was walking by a student. One of the students, he was kind of pinned up against the wall as they were walking by and kind of slouched over. And I realized I was immediately judging them. I just noticed some of the thoughts going through my head. I was like, oh, I wonder what's going with this guy. And I realized that what I was doing was trying to fill in the gaps of what I didn't know about this person. So just like this image right here that I showed you at the very beginning, what you see is the shape that's not there. You're actually seeing an imprint of something that's not there. And what you're doing is your eyes and your brain is filling in the gaps for what you know kind of belongs there. So you see the shape, but it's not even really there. So what I realized is that oftentimes judgment is exactly that. It's just our brains trying to fill in what we can't see. We have these other parts of the puzzle, but we don't have the whole thing, and so our brains try to do the rest of the work, and they try to make meaning out of things when they don't have full meaning. So if you find yourself judging someone or something or a situation, you find yourself upset, you can ask yourself, well, what are the different parts that I'm seeing here, like in this picture, versus what's actually there? And usually the thing that we're getting upset about is the thing that's not actually there. It's just what it seems like all the other things are pointing to. I just got really excited about this idea because I've never been able to come up with now that I'm teaching geometry, I haven't been able to come up with a physical representation for what judgment is. I got really excited when I realized I could metaphorically create this right here. Cool, Mr. Watson. Thanks for pointing out that we judge people. Now what? So now we know this. We know that our brain fills in these things. So what do we do about it? Because no one really wants to judge other people. We want to know people, or at least we want to think that we are making really good judgments about people, that we're a good judge of character, we're a good judge of trustworthy people. So what do we do if we want to change the ways in which we judge? And I was thinking about this and I said, well, in terms of the picture, we want to fill in more if there is more to it. Maybe there's nothing more to it. But in terms of people, what we can do is we can come up with questions. One of the things I was working on, so Dean Grisozzi's The Better Life Challenge, the 40-day challenge that I'm using to try to win a Tesla, one of the things he said is, what is one of the things that comes up during the day that you make a judgment about that you can actually change maybe negative thoughts over to positive thoughts? And I said, instead of judging people, I can be brainstorming questions that I could be asking them. I might not ask them, but I can be brainstorming questions that I could be asking that person so that I'm not judging them, so that I'm not judging the way they look, the way they're carrying themselves, what they're wearing, what their name is, what they look like. Like, there's just a million things, and that's just what humans do. We judge people, not on purpose, but for survival. If we go all the way back to like where our species came from, everything was based on survival. But now that we got food, shelter, and wild animals taken care of, survival is taking on a different look. So now it's social. And when we feel like we get in survival mode, it's rarely over real death-defying problems. If you want to stop judging people, instead, the moment that you notice yourself judging people, start brainstorming questions that you could ask the person and maybe just consider asking them. Hope you enjoyed this. I hope this was a useful message. Thank you for watching, and stay weird.